Sony Xperia XZ camera review. The Xperia XZ is the top-of-the-line model in Sony's Xperia X series and comes with some of the latest technologies implemented in its camera module. A Sony X300 1/2.323 MP image sensor with on-sensor phase detection is accompanied by a laser that measures distance to its subject to improve f-speed and accuracy in low light. Also on board is an RGB ear sensor that measures the color values of a scene in order to fine-tune the white balance system. The hybrid f system is also predictive and can track subjects in motion. The Sony G lens comes with a 24mm equivalent focal length and an f2.0 aperture. In video mode, the camera can record footage in 4K resolution, and the Xperia XZ is also the first device on which Sony has implemented 5-axis electronic video stabilization. At the front there is a 13MP 1/3 sensor with f2.0 aperture and 1080p video, specifications that would have been worthy of a main camera not too long ago. Processor and other components match the high-end characteristics of the camera, and all the technology is wrapped up in an 8.1mm thin metal body that is water and dust tight. IP65/68. The Sony is also one of only a few smartphones to come with a dedicated camera button, making it an interesting option for any photography-oriented user. Key photographic video specifications: 1. Sony X300 1/2.323 mpbs ICMOS sensor. 2. 24mm equivalent focal length. 3. f2.0 aperture. 4. f with on-sensor phase detection and laser assistance. 5. Subject tracking. 6. RGB ear sensor. 7. Manual control over shooting parameters. 8. 4K video at 30 fps. 9. 5-axis electronic video stabilization. 10. 13MP front camera, f2.0, 22mm equivalent focal length. Other specifications: 1. 5.2-inch 1080p IPS screen. 2. Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 chipset. 3. 3GB RAM. 4. 32/64 GB storage. 5. Micro SD support. 6. 2,900 mAh battery. 7. Environmental protection, IP65/68. 8. Fingerprint reader. Design and hardware. The Xperia XZ comes with almost the same dimensions and design as last year's Xperia Z5. However, it is marginally thicker and, thanks to slightly more rounded frame and display edges, feels more comfortable to hold. In comparison to some of the larger screened competition, this makes it very nice to use as a camera, even without a case. The dedicated 2-stage shutter button is an additional bonus for mobile photographers. As before, the body is water and dust sealed, IP65/68, which means you don't need to worry if you get caught in a rainstorm. For added security and easy unlocking, the Xperia XZ also comes with a fingerprint sensor that has been integrated into the power button. Swift operation of the Android 6 OS is ensured by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 820 chipset and 3GB of RAM. In terms of onboard storage, you can choose between 32 or 64GB. And if that's not enough, internal storage is expandable via a microSD slot. The 1080p resolution and 5.2 diagonal of the display remain unchanged from previous high-end Xperia devices. Many of the Sony's competitors offer displays with Quad HD resolution now, but the Xperia screen provides good brightness, sharpness and viewing angles. A 1080p display also consumes less energy, which means that the 2900 mAh battery provides more than enough juice to get you through the day. Quick charging is supported, too. In the camera department, a Sony X300 1/2.323 MP image sensor with on-sensor phase detection is accompanied by a laser that measures the distance to the subject, improving f-speed and accuracy in low light. Also present is an RGB ear sensor that measures the color values of a scene in order to fine-tune the white balance system. The hybrid f system is also predictive and can track subjects in motion. The Sony G lens comes with a 24mm equivalent focal length and an f2.0 aperture. In video mode the camera can record footage in 4K resolution, and the Xperia XZ is also the first device on which Sony has implemented 5-axis electronic video stabilization. The front camera comes with a 13MP 1/3 sensor with f2.0 aperture and 1080p video. The final word. There is a lot to like about the Sony Xperia XZ. It performs well in general use, is nicely built with a waterproof body, and is one of the few smartphones to come with a physical shutter button. However, in terms of both image quality and camera features, Sony has slightly fallen behind the competition. The Xperia XZ is by no means bad, but if camera performance is your number one priority, other manufacturers currently offer better bang for the buck.